Well, Brent, tonight we got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist, and the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who? Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down three, he can add it to the list.
Now here's Brunson. Bridges outside. Back to Brunson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. Minnesota with the ball. Outside Edwards. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Mikal Bridges.
First team foul.
And Edwards' teammates encourage him to be aggressive because when he is, he forces the defense's hand.
And both free throws good for Edwards. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Here's Randall. No good there. And some solid defense from Towns. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for New York. Bridges outside. Pass to Towns. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Fast break, Minnesota. Edwards looking for an opening. It's hauled in by Jalen Brunson.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe he tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
McDaniels with the rebound. Outside Edwards. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
When the Knicks are having a good season, it is amazing how excited their fans get, Brent.
Well, it's been generations, BA, that have been salivating for this franchise to get back to its winning ways. The last championship came in 1973, so as a fan, you can't help but get fired up when there's a chance at a title run.
And the other team is running all over them right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Fans, so let's hear it for your Knicks City Dancer.
Here's Brunson. Now, if you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. It's blocked by Gobert.
Yeah, the long arms, it's difficult to protect your shot from Gobert's reach.
And Gobert with the stuff.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Bridges outside.
Timberwolves.
Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's on Anthony Edwards.
Well, Bridges doing a good job fighting hard past the foul, even after the release.
2 shots.
And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above
2
average.
minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 7. Here's McDaniels.
Jaden McDaniels.
Basket counts.
Great awareness from Ant to locate his teammate for the score.
Three-pointer, Bridges. Nails it from beyond the arc. Bridges has got 8.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
8.
It's good.
Wow, what a move from Edwards. He's fantastic at creating for himself.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Tom Thibodeau gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him about Julius Randle and why he's so hard to stop. Coach said it's the ball handling, the spin moves, and the ability to finish against length. They want to try to force him right and take him out of his rhythm. Something many teams have tried, but few have accomplished, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Knicks trail by 5. Payne drives. Left side, McBride. It's Bridges on the wing. Give him 8. Got it. Good job in the low post. He's got 10.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Pass to Gobert. Oh, Robinson with a block.
Hard to score when Robinson's down there being a factor.
Three-pointer, Bridges. Rebound, Minnesota.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Edwards. Oh, he missed the layup. He had him with the pump fake. Hangs. And it's Bridges laying it in.
Coaching staff like some more shots from that man.
And Minnesota calls time here.
Timeout, Minnesota. Loudest section in the building gets free t-shirts.
Both teams will make substitutions. 7 seconds left to play in the first. Clark. And a nice finish on the layup.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Here's McBride. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Jalen Clark. That's his first personal.
And it's tied up with that one. Mikal Bridges has been on display for the Knicks. He made a big impact.
15. The Timberwolves. 15.
Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen from New York, what's your take so far?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
And Brent, this Knicks team, they've taken on the identity of their head coach.
Well, B.A., isn't it interesting? Tom Thibodeau, lots of scuttlebutt about him as the coach. And then they brought in players that kind of fit the coach. They play hard, they play defense first, they play a ton of minutes, but this team is gritty and they don't give up.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising, in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Poke loose. Here's McBride. Offline with a three.
So disruptive defensively out beyond the arc.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, "I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning." Ryan, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie. Towns with the ball. Randall's in his pocket. Oh, there's the alley. Here's McDaniels. The Knicks pull it in.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Outside Brunson. The three is up. Randall pulls down the board.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And Grant, we know the importance of veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
A big fella with the ability and confidence of the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul of the game. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. For 3, Randall. And no good. Oh, nice D from Anunoby.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Check out Brunson going to work inside.
Brunson, one of those players that's just not going to be denied, determined to convert inside, and he does.
Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Here's Towns. Another one falls for New York.
Some assertive play from Towns, basically shrugging off the contact.
25.
Ooh, poked away. It's stolen by Hart. Outside Brunson. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for New York.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Well, one thing standing out right now is just how fearless everybody is in getting to the inside. They're taking advantage of any lane or angle they get to get after it.
Timeout, Minnesota. And a big round of applause for your Knicks City Kids. Let's hear it for your Knicks City Kids.
That free throw good from Brunson. Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Back to Brunson. .107 left in the second period. Robinson on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Achua gets the bucket.
Not the best three-point shooter in the league, but he's got enough skill that you can't just let him fire it up.
Pass to Garza. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
27.
Garza's got his first points in this one.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Outside Brunson. Outside Hart. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Here's Robinson. And he battles for the ball, gets the second chance bucket. And the Knicks lead by 4.
Sometimes it's like a patient that's struggling to breathe. You just got to keep the play alive, and Robinson able to do that there. Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Bridges outside. Jacks up a 3. The shot misses.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
The Knicks, 33. The Timberwolves, 31.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Right side read. To the middle. Here's Alexander Walker. Robinson with the block. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. Pass to Alexander Walker. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. Robinson's defense is always a factor, Brent. And lately, he's done a better job of staying on the floor.
Yeah, BA, fouls have been an issue for Robinson, but the thing that he really needs to learn is it's not about blocking shots. It's about being in great position with your body and being more of a deterrent so he can stay on the floor to be more impactful.
The Knicks with the lead. Outside Anunoby. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hart.
Now that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
Here's Alexander Walker. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And the basket by Towns.
And he is a force in the paint. Towns is such a huge presence inside for them.
And this is his second and third free throws tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
First team foul.
He's off on the second.
Golden opportunity to take the lead. Instead, he merely knots up the score.
Pass to Payne. Outside Hart. From outside the arc. Sinks it from distance. Hart's got 9.
Scoring in rhythm there. Great to see Hart shoot it without holding back. Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
Out to the wing. Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter.
Not letting the offense get the better of him. Bridges locked in.
Outside Anunoby. Outside Hart. Back to Anunoby. Shot clock at 6. Off target with a jump hook. Timberwolves trail by 3. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down. That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if they're going to keep missing layups.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, what energy from Edwards on the drive. Pushing his way inside and straight to the cup.
A tight one here in New York City. Down low. Here's Anunoby. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
To the paint. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Anthony Edwards.
When Gobert is close like that, you know he's going to try and ram it through.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
For t-shirts.
And the Knicks making a change here.
Once again for your Knicks City Kid.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. And they got called for a 5-second violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Here's DiVincenzo. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Brunson with it. Now guarded by McDaniels. Hart. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves trail. Pass to Gobert. Randall left side. There's the drive. And it's Randall with the jam.
Well, got the momentum. Randall's a terror when he gets those steps underneath him right to the rack.
Shot's good by Hart. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come. I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Pass to McBride. Achua for 3. Hauled in by DiVincenzo.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
McDaniels, that's good.
And how about Edwards? Keeping his head up and spotting the open man.
Brunson taking his time here. Pass to Towns. Back to Brunson. There's the triple. That one's down for Brunson.
And you can't forget to guard these corner spots, or guys like Brunson will hurt you.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Here's McBride, guarded by Edwards. Pass to Towns. Good D by Gobert.
Perfect timing to rise up and challenge the shot inside.
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Anthony Edwards.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
How about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Up in time. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer.
With the score.
It's a tie game in
47. The Timberwolves. 47.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Here's Payne.
Fourth quarter. Bring on the noise.
Inside. Fades away. Robinson. Good D by Gobert. And now the T-Wolves on the break.
Anthony
Shot is
Edwards.
good by Edwards.
You got to bring more muscle if you want to stop Edwards from scoring. He's gifted at converting through contact.
To the inside. Back to Payne. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And it's Randall with the jam.
Randall with a great effort there, up and athletic and at the rim.
Pass to Bridges. Anunoby on the wing. Back to Bridges. Takes it inside. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Oh, my! That's why we had those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
City Kid.
Now a timeout called by New York. It's hard to believe now, but Julius Randle has been in the league over a decade now, Brent.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride for Julius Randle. A lot of different roles, but he's evolved his game quite a bit. Some he's done himself, and then guys have adjusted around the way that he has been a leader, a scorer, a rebounder, a presence. Julius Randle continues to impress and make strides.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Make some noise.
Hey guys, over the last break, I listened to Tom Thibodeau address the team. Well, coach is thrilled with their three-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. And here's Brunson from the arc. The rebound by the Timberwolves. The shot's good. And it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
Anthony Edwards.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. To the paint. Outside Hart. From deep three-point range. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
Edwards. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Three-pointer, Bridges. Lets it go from deep. Knocks down the triple. Bridges has got 5 points now this quarter.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
And both free throws good for Edwards.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Pass to Hart. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
First personal
Hart
foul.
playing with his right now, just going all out.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
Well, we've also seen them being very aggressive down in the paint. All game long, they've been hunting down those inside points.
The kick out to Edwards. Here's Randall. Second shot opportunity. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
The assist.
Yeah, it's strong, it's athletic, and it's left-handed, so tough for guys to adjust to that. Randall, tough matchup.
And in the big moments, Towns ups the ante, which allows him to knock down the important shots.
Here's Edwards. Oh, can't answer back with his own dunk.
Well, you can tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
Towns for three.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him, they appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Edwards with it. Towns covering. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's foul number 2 for him. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Puts up a three. Second chance effort. The kick out to Edwards. Oh, Edwards! Money on the triple.
Shooting the three with confidence. That's exactly what this team needs from Edwards.
New York again can't hit. Minnesota leading by 10.
Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up in a strong showing for the Timberwolves.
Absolute fireworks display. High-scoring game. They were unstoppable, Grant.
Yeah, just relentless from start to finish. And the pace was furious. Ultimately, they wore out the other team.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Anthony Edwards.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Three-pointer, Bridges. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
And here's Edwards outside. Towns with a rebound. Pass to Brunson. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Misses there. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching this 2K Sports.